Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris, and today we're going to be discussing how to make your Lego cities better. So let's get started. Alright, so today's going to be a bit more of a casual video and mostly me just talking. So we're just going to get right into it here and kind of starting to talk about the city here. But one of the ways that I've been thinking about upgrading the city, and this doesn't just go for my city, it could go for yours or someone you know's city, but I think it'd be really cool to have seasonal events throughout the year because recently I built this Christmas tree here, and that was kind of my first attempt at something seasonal throughout the city because I could have the Christmas tree and then throughout the year I could change out statues and fountains and stuff like that. However, I want to take this a step further in 2025, and I think we can do that by promoting seasonal changes throughout the city, and there's a couple of ways that I want to do that. The first thing is actually with the new Formula One line of Speed Champions cars that are coming out on March 1st. I think it could be really cool if I took all the vehicles out of the city and replaced them with the Speed Champions F1 cars to have them going around the city. I think that could be really cool, and I think that'd be a really cool way to kind of tie in the city, to have like a race going on and to tie it in with events in real life. I think that would be a really, really cool thing to do. Obviously, this layout here is not ideal for that simply because there's a median down this road here and some of these roads wouldn't be used properly. And then some of them, like there's this curve here and, stuff like that. But I think it's just the idea of it and, putting a bunch of F1 cars around and kind of showing how they move, throughout the city, almost just like a real track, because they do travel around the world in real life and go through cities and official racetracks and other stuff like that. So I think that could be a really cool idea. And so if you guys have any feedback for me on that idea and also any of the other ideas that I talk about in today's video, make sure to drop a comment down below for me to let me know what you think and if this is something that you would add to your cities or your dioramas or anything like that. All right, so the next seasonal idea that I had in mind here for the city throughout the course of 2025 was actually for Halloween. So my plan would be to remove a lot of the figures in the city and replace them with a lot of the CMFs, actually. Like, I feel like a lot of these could be good Halloween costumes here. Like, you can see this robot and then also the Nutcracker right here. And then there's a pirate, which I believe was also a CMF. And I gave him this Halloween candy bucket, which actually came with a different CMF, but I think that works, and I would love to get a handful more of these to kind of have around, especially in the front of the city when you first walk in the room and you first see it. But I think having stuff like that could be really cool and also just really interesting and kind of make it like a searching game almost like I Spy, where you're trying to find a lot of the interesting figures in here and also the zombie from the Scooby-Doo line. I think that could be really cool to kind of have these figures just scattered throughout for the Halloween season, like maybe for the month of October. And then throughout the rest of the year, I would just have the regular figures, like, the normal standard city figures, that are wearing like sweaters or, whatever, like normal clothes, I guess. But for the Halloween season, I think that's a pretty decent idea. And so if you guys also have any suggestions, I don't think I said this earlier, but if you have any suggestions that are not being talked about in this video, definitely drop a comment down below. I would love to hear what you guys think. And I would love to try and implement your suggestions as well. So definitely drop them down below. Even if you don't think they're great ideas, I'll still try it and see if they're feasible for the city. And I would love to hear what you guys think anyways. So that's pretty much it for this idea here. I know it's not like a crazy significant change, but there is a lot of figures in the city and a lot more than you might think. So, and also I would have to buy these buckets because at the moment I only have the one. So, but I really like the look of this. I think it's cool. And so I could also use like regular buckets. I don't think I have one here, but there is one over on this rooftop right here. I could use these buckets as well, which are just the standard regular buckets, but I would like to use the Halloween ones if I can. I think that would be pretty cool. And actually, kind of going right into that next idea here, because I have this on the table. This is a very basic, but it is a Christmas wreath, and I think using this throughout the city as well could be pretty cool. And, just kind of scattering them throughout on different buildings and on top of different doorways and things like that. Now, as nice as these would be, this would kind of get lost in the city as a whole here, because they're so small and there's not really much going on. It's literally just two pieces here. But I could make different sizes of wreaths, and also my tentative plan is to actually cover a lot of this in snow. Obviously, I wouldn't change everything to white, but I would love to make snowbanks and just kind of place them randomly on the sidewalk, and then also, put some in the road too and have like a snowplow going through. I think that could be a really good idea, and I would love to try and implement that throughout the next year here, because as it is right now, the only holiday thing that I have here is with the Christmas tree here. And so I would love to try and make it more seasonal, because if you take a step back here, that tree just gets lost in the entire city here. So I would love to make it a little bit more prominent, put some white plate and white tile around it, maybe have like a snowball fight out here, and then like have a bunch of different snowbanks and mounds of snow and stuff like that. Like, people have been shoveling their sidewalks for 3 days straight. But I think that's a pretty good idea as well. And so that is kind of where I'm at. I want to make these seasonal things, and I want to have the city be more interesting to you guys, because I think it's cool and I love looking at it. But, it is basically the same thing. And so there are major changes, like, the expansion table and adding a new building and things like that. But for the most part, it is still the same. This row of buildings has not changed since the start of the channel, basically, as has this one. And so also the museum has been in this line here since the start of the channel, but it has moved up. And so pretty much this is the look of the city, and there hasn't been a whole lot of changes to that. So I want to do a little bit better with that in 2025. And I want to, like I said, I want to make it more lively. I want to make it more interesting and have it be more kind of themed throughout the year. So maybe in the spring is the Speed Champion stuff. In the summer, we can figure out something. And then in the Halloween time, like September, October, we make it trick-or-treating. And then in the last couple months of the year, we add some snow, and then that could also carry into the next year as well. I think that would be a pretty good idea. And so that's pretty much it for me. I wanted to keep this relatively short because it is New Year's Eve when this is going live. So if you're watching it day of, Happy New Year. And I hope you guys are enjoying the final moments of 2024. And seriously, I just wanted to take a second to say thank you. I know I've been saying it a lot recently, but seriously, thank you guys so much. I started this channel back in March, right at the end of March, and so it's been just about 9 months since I created the channel. And there's been so much growth since then, not only in the city, but with you guys as well. I didn't think anyone would want to actually watch my videos. I didn't think they were that interesting, but you guys seem to pick up on them right away. And so seriously, thank you guys for all of your support and liking and commenting and subscribing and sharing the videos and all of that stuff. And a huge special thank you to the channel members for also helping directly fund this channel and all of the projects in the city. That really means a lot to me. But 2024 was amazing, and I'm super thankful for everything that happened this year. And let's hope 2025 is even better. So that's it from me. I know today wasn't a whole lot of, well, actually, there was no building. It was just talking, but I hope that it was kind of insightful to see my thought process on where the city is right now and where it will be at the same time next year. So hopefully the city looks a lot cooler than it already does in 365 days from now. But that's going to wrap it up for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to like the video and subscribe, as well as click the bell notification so you don't miss any future uploads. If you guys have any feedback for me on those seasonal changes to the city, make sure to drop a comment down below. And also, if you have any of your own ideas that you would want to share, definitely let me know. I would love to hear what you guys think, and I would love to try and implement them throughout 2025. But seriously, once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next year. Bye for now.